Hi, everyone. Welcome to Pantsless Tables' first Thirsty Sword Lesbians mini series campaign ish thing. Um, we've got a really cool cast for you today. I'm not playing this is the first mini series on the channel that I'm not a part of, which is like really cool because it just means that we have so many more people who want to be on the show on the streams. That's great. I'm really excited and proud of that. It feels like a big deal. Um, okay, so the game is the Rainbow Scarab Circus. That's the vibe that we're going for, and Tenzin is our DM, and I'm gonna let them take it away while I take a nap.
Thank you, Steve. Hi, I'm Tenzin. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me at socials at Tenzin Days, as in days of the week. I am your GM tonight. We are playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians, which I've run a few times before, and each time it's just a lot of fun. We haven't done the circus theme yet, so this will be new for everyone. And if we get anything wrong about how the circus works, well, pretend you don't see it. If you don't see it, it's not happening. Let's go through the table of our wonderful players who are playing this game either, first time or second time or third time. Let's start with Shelly.
Hi everyone, I'm Shelly Von Miller. This is my first time playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians, but I always wanted to play a Thirsty Sword Lesbian, so I'm really excited to be here. Pronouns are she, her, and you can find me everywhere on the internet at Shelly Von Miller. I'm a big old weirdo.
Awesome, thank you. And let's take it to Party.
Hi everyone, I'm Party, and like Shelly, this is also my first time playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians. I not only that, it's also my first time doing a streamed game ever. So I'm predicting around 4 mess ups from my side today, maybe more, definitely not less. So that's the cap I'm giving myself. But I'm really excited, and yeah, I'm here to pop the streaming cherry.
Well, great way to put it. Let's go to Anas.
Hello, my name is Enes. I'm very new to TTRPGs and streams, but I'm thrilled to be here. My pronouns are they, them, mayhem, and I can't wait to play Thirsty Sword Lesbians with everyone.
Awesome. And do you have any socials you want to plug, or are you good?
Yes, you can find me online at ns_Abdulhaq. I'm a comic book writer, and I'm available on literally everything under the moon.
Awesome. And last but not least, we have Efukind, if I said that right.
If I can. Let's just go with Bart.
Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Laura, or Bart. I'm a screenwriter and actor from Germany, and like half a year ago I started tipping my toes into the online space of tabletop RPGs too. You can find me anywhere as the Bart with many names, or as Laura Verena Stein at Filmmakers, because I make films. And yeah, I'm gonna be playing Gretchen. She, her.
Awesome. We'll get to know the characters as we proceed through the session today. So everyone, welcome to the Rainbow Scarab Circus. It is a traveling circus slash carnival circus, and both of I guess it's interchangeable. That travel throughout different planets, different galaxies. It is quite famous for bringing fantasy and dream into reality. And there are infinite possibilities. And to this day, everyone is always asking, how do they do it? What is it that's so magical? How are they making things that seem impossible possible? And it is a circus with full of amazing performers, entertainers, all from different cultural and special, if that's a word, background, because they are obviously intergalactic and outer galactic band of misfits that came together to create the greatest show in the universe. And it is full of, diverse backgrounds and diverse identities and sexual orientation. So it is very welcoming of our queer friends and ones that maybe don't fit the mold on their planet, because guess what, there will be another planet where you are just as accepted and validated. So the planet the Rainbow Scarab Circus has landed on this time to do a 1 week 7 nights 6 nights 7 days show. It is the planet called Galactica, and the town that they've decided to settle on is one of the popular capital cities called Gold Peak. And so the Galacticans are very excited that they were chosen as the next stop for this amazing whirlwind of a show. So this has been just the third night now of the wonderful performances given by our troupe. We have also the carnival aspect that's 24 hours of the day, that families and anyone is welcome to play games, do little competitions like pie eating competition, for example, squirting water guns at targets to win stuffed animal prizes, get your fortune told by the famous what's your character we have here? Fortune teller Saffron, by the famous fortune teller Saffron. And there you go. So it's quite a daytime attraction as much as an evening attraction. But the main show, amongst all of the fun allure of the carnival, the main show is the one in the tent where crowds gather and are fighting to buy tickets because every night it's sold out. Is where we have the tightrope walkers, the animal, the tricks and performances, and where we have beautiful, wonderful sights that is a wonder to anybody who sees it. So the third day, and before the evening show, the main event begins, we have our troupe here, our crew that are just making sure that things are ready to go again, are going about their day. And we will start with let's see, who shall we pick? Let's start with our ringleader. I think that's pretty fitting. What is Monique up to, party?
Okay, so at the moment, Monique is backstage. Monique has just finished putting on her fine outfit for the evening, and she's sort of just taking a space away from all the backstage performers in her own dressing room. And she's just sort of going through the motions of what she has to say when she gets out there. I'll tell you a little bit about what Monique is looking like right now so that you can picture it better. But she is your typical ringleader. At the moment, she's wearing a white corset and she has fitted black trousers. She's wearing high boots with it. And on top of all this, there is a long cloak-like overcoat that is of a royal blue color. So she's donning a lot of different shades and colors. There's an ornate brooch on her breast pocket that has the logo of the Scarab Circus, and she is also holding a cane that she uses to conduct the show. So she has picture it much bigger, basically like a giant cane that she has. which may also double as a sword later on, but we don't know that yet. But that's her look. And the last part of her outfit that she's yet to put on is this kind of Venetian mask. It's like a half mask, Phantom of the Opera style. At the moment, it's just placed in front of the mirror, and she's sort of looking at that mask, preparing herself to put it on. And that putting on the mask indicates like the start of the show for her. So she's just pumping herself up and getting her up to that point.
All right, amazing. And while you are in your dressing room, going over the schedule and your costume changes, you get a knock on the door. It's a bit of a heavy knock.
I immediately put on the mask, sort of giving myself one last look in the mirror, and then I open the door with like a lot of gusto. I open it like animatedly, like, okay, what's up, kind of a thing.
So you in front of you, you see Maggie, the magician's assistant. She looks very frazzled. She's kind of holding a bunch of, like a live dove, and then like the flower that's squirting like out of control right now. Some pink watery liquid. It's and a lot of things are like she's trying to keep it together, and she's oh sorry to bother you. I'm just looking for I can't find Willow anywhere. Do you know where Willow is? We were supposed to go over the act. I know it's only, and we've done it a million times, but like sometimes if we don't go step by step, I'm worried that Willow is just going to skip something and then I'll be left to pick up the pieces.
Okay, Maggie, take a breath. You know Willow's ritual before the show, right?
Well, the location changes though, so that's the problem. I can't find Willow.
Did you check under the bleachers? Sometimes Widow likes to scope out the audience in advance. They like to read the room.
Bleachers. Okay. Sure. We have maybe like 2, 3, 4. There's a bit of a stadium outside. Okay. Yeah. I'll go check there. Can I put this in somewhere before? I don't want to lose it.
Yeah, put it in my dresser. Go for it.
Okay, thank you so much. And like Maggie goes in and like finds a box that already has some knickknacks in, and like kind of places it in there. Tries to like stuff the sprouting flower, and trying to make sure that it doesn't, get everything wet. Like, okay, sorry about the dye of the liquid. It's you can wash it out. It's not permanent.
Monique sort of looks down at her white corset, trying to make sure that like none of it even accidentally got near her. And then she goes, "Whew, okay, sometimes color can be scary, but that's fine." Are you picking up a new hobby by any chance, Maggie, with all this dye?
I just thought, instead of like sometimes we do the squirting in the clown's face a bit, right, with the magic trick, but it's always just clear liquid. And I thought adding some color into the trick would make it more colorful. I don't know. I just always want to look for ways to make things a little more bright.
Very perceptive of you, Maggie, because the last 3 nights I have been noticing that bit is not getting its usual laughs. How about we add some glitter on top of the color?
That's such a good idea. Glitter! How did I not think about glitter? Okay, so gonna add this to my list of things to do today. Glitter. But first, find Willow. Okay, and then like Maggie like kind of just talking to herself leaves the room and goes on her way to find Willow. Okay, so are you done introducing your character then?
Yeah, I think as
yeah.
she walks away, I just take another moment to be like, it is not easy to stay calm when people are panicking around you. And then with that, she just like walks away.
Okay, great. So speaking of finding Willow, where do we find Willow, Anas? Oh,
As this ringleader said so aptly, Willow is hiding under the bleachers, scoping out the audience. Willow is not typically the most confident of performers. It's definitely something that's an acquired skill for them. So they're trying just to scope out the audience, brace themselves for the show. They're dressed in a very lacy top with lots of ruffles, very exuberant and very, fancy, and just it oozes opulence. And there's this skin-tight pants that are rhinestone for the gods, and they're looking a little bit intimidating. They always try to put this strong front to mask their insecurities and their fears. So there's this like really exaggerated, almost drag-like makeup and very like pulled back hair in a very high ponytail, and they're just putting their game face on. They're getting ready.
amazing. And such a visual here, like looking opulent under like some dusty bleachers. It's so great.
The lengths we go to just hide our true insecurities.
Do you have like binoculars on too, just to get a closer look?
I have those opera house little mini glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, with the
Like,
ones
I can't wait
attached to a
see how
stick.
this turns out. Yes.
Oh, okay. So as you're looking, through this, studying like what kind of people are attending the carnival today, and seeing what the excitement level is, you're looking at a family passing by when suddenly a pair of eyes gets real close and in front of you, and and then it surprises you. As you kind of like check who that is, it's none other than Maggie, your magician assistant. And Maggie's just like standing there, like looking like really but relieved, but also like tired from all the running. There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
What are you doing? Get down here. I don't want anybody to see me.
Maggie crouches and kind of goes next to you to hide as well. Okay, so what is this? You're being a stalker now? Like what is this?
I'm just scoping out who's gonna be very tough in the audience. If I know my strongest opposition and I know that they're gonna be very doubtful, I know to keep my eye on them to really wow them.
Okay. Well, that's one way to look at it. I wouldn't advise on seeing the audience as opposition. Maybe more so something positive, like a happy, excited crowd of
Maggie, there's always hecklers around.
Well, I think that would be the ringleader's job to take care of. She's pretty good at telling the hecklers to get the heck out.
Good.
And if anybody does anything to ruin the act, I will do something about it.
Thank you, Maggie. I know I could always count on you.
Yeah, of course. Always. I found that, well, not me. Monique said we should use glitter in the flower spray solution. What do you think?
Ooh, I actually love that idea. Definitely, let's do it.
Yes, and we can obviously only do it on the clowns who have protective eyewear on. We don't want to get glitter in anybody's eyes.
Absolutely. No. Yeah, better safe than sorry.
Yes. And it's really hard to get glitter out once it's in. Okay, so who has your attention right now? Is there anybody that you think might be a problem?
Everything's looking good so far. I'm just a little bit, nervous, excited. No matter how many times I do this show, it just never gets old. So I'm just like calming myself down. I'm taking a deep breath, and I think everything's gonna be just fine. I think this performance is gonna go without a hitch.
Okay, good. Well, you know who I like to speak with when I'm unsure of how the future might turn out.
Ooh, Okay. I see where you're going with this.
I bet Saffron's pretty bored right now. Anyways, there's usually not a lot of customers in the daytime.
Definitely. Let's go see the fortune teller together.
Yes. Okay. Great. So the two of them cross the carnival to a booth that's a mini tent, but with a booth inside, with cushioning, a nice place to sit on the floor, a crystal ball in the center. It's the smaller tent is near the main event tent, not a few steps off, and and you can smell like a beautiful floral sweet scent coming from it, just to kind of lure you in to what this could be. And and there's fairy lights inside, and there's a sign on top that says Saffron's Fortune. And yeah, so the two of them enter this wonderful tent, and we see Saffron. Shelley, please tell us about Saffron.
Saffron kind of has this like whimsy goth vibe to her. She has this bright red hair, but her skin is she's a very humanoid shaped, but her skin is like purple and it's got like kind of stars going through it. And she does get bored during the day, so she's just like flipping through cards like, no, I don't think that works. That might work for later. Oh, this one's good for love. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I guess that could work with that one. And so whenever they walk in, she's kind of like basically stacking the deck based on, what she can get away with. And yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, she's kind of just doing that and, messing with her crystal ball ever so often, kind of checking the lighting like, no, I want it to be purple. No, maybe blue. No, purple again. I don't know. Okay. All right. Purple. Okay.
It's a good thing you have a pet cat in there to keep you company.
Oh yeah, she's the cat. It's like a black cat with like white sparkles through it, and it's kind of just like doing circles ever so often, curling up, rolling around, belly showing, everything.
Beautiful. What's the cat's name?
The cat's name is that's a great question. Cat's name is Chariot.
Oh, cute.
Aww. After the chariot.
Yes, of course. Card. It has to be on theme for sure. Yes. And before before we have Maggie and Willow approach, you already get the sense that they're on the way. And this, pleases you because, yay, you have a visitor, and you're already looking at the entryway before they even come close to it. So the two of them enter.
Hello, you two.
Hey,
Hi.
Saffron. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Please sit down. Do you want some tea?
Oh, I would love some, please.
Oh, okay. It's a nice hibiscus.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much.
And then cream, sugar, whatever you want. There's also some biscuits in there.
Thank you. I sip the tea slowly, and as I'm doing so, Saffron takes notice that my hands are a little bit shaky, and that I'm, just a bit nervous and anxious.
The nerves are still getting to you.
A little bit, yeah. I haven't really told anyone this, but I feel like there's someone watching me, and I'm always like looking over my shoulder, feeling like they're gonna catch up to me any day now.
Well, let's see.
Oh. While you're doing that, Maggie's just playing with the cat, not really listening or half listening.
Are you running from someone? Maybe your past?
Yeah, that's right on the money.
Why? Your past
It was
can
just-
help you so much with the future.
I'm sure it can. It's just there was a lot of responsibility placed on my tiny little shoulders, and it was just getting to me, the pressure of it all.
I see
I just couldn't
that.
do it anymore.
I mean, it's always a possibility that maybe confronting your past, even through other means, will help you kind of figure out what you want to do in the future.
I want to know that I'm safe, and I want to know that I can make my own destiny. And I can make my own decisions. I don't want the weight of the world on my shoulders.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing.
What is
I
it?
don't want you to. I don't. mm,
Gosh.
I don't want you to be afraid. But, you're always going to feel that way. Everything makes you nervous and scared because you like to be in control. You
I
like
do.
to have everything planned out, and anything that goes against that will hurt you. And I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
But we have your back. The circus has your back always.
That means a lot coming from you.
I don't know why that means a lot.
I've always looked up to you. You've always seemed so confident in your ways, and just you got it all together.
You've got to stack your deck properly. That's it.
You're right. You're right. I really should.
You're a magician. You can pull things out of your hat. Make sure it's the best thing.
That's great advice. Thank you, Saffron.
It's no problem, Willow. But-
Question for Willow. In that moment, when you say, when she says, pull stuff out of your hat, you reach in, what do you pull out?
I pull out a handful of butterflies, and they flutter
Beautiful.
away.
Oh, I love that.
See, you make magic every time you do something. You shouldn't be afraid of your past. It made you who you are now.
You're right. That's so true.
Maggie, make sure this one gets plenty of tea before, so they're calm. And also for you, I see good things. You're going to cultivate a lot of good things in your future. I'm proud of you.
My future? And
Yeah.
she's hugging the cat and doing a little dance with its paws and just.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even Willow started as an assistant.
That's true.
Whoa. Okay, yeah. I mean, I have been practicing my animal handling skills recently. See, we're getting along. And then and then Chariot does not like that anymore and scratches before running away. Oh.
Chariot doesn't like its toe beans touched that often.
Yeah,
Belly rub's okay. Head pat's good. Toe beans, they kind of get a little antsy.
Sorry, Chariot. I won't do that again.
Here, let me. I'm so used to getting scratched. It's fine. Take that. It's like a little
Ooh.
ointment and like bandage and just.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I have to run. Well, actually, we have to run and prepare for our act tonight. Are you ready to go, Willow?
Yes, let's go to the dressing room. I need to touch up my makeup before the big show.
It looks beautiful. You both look beautiful.
Thank you, Saffron. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
So the two exit, and Saffron, you are going back to your color choices on your crystal ball and everything for the next, let's say, break. And we have Monique. Monique, our ringleader, is on her daily walkabout to make sure things are, going smoothly. People are practicing. People are, checking up on their tools and their props to make sure it's all working properly, and decides to visit the sort of makeshift office space in the carnival area, which is located a bit further off because it's not too magical looking. It's a little bureaucratic looking, so it's not really in the way of the setting. It's a little out of the way, maybe in the corner. And Monique thinks it's time to visit her good friend Gretchen. And Monique, you knock on the door to Gretchen's office, where on the nameplate it says accountant. And so you knock.
Herein.
Gretchen, it's me.
Ah, Monique, it is so wonderful to see
And
you.
Yep. Day 4, Gretchen. This is the time sales to go down. How's it looking today?
Yes, it is a chaos, as always. You know it. Is there anything I need to know?
So doesn't seem like there's much to know as of today, but Laura, please describe Gretchen to us.
Gretchen. Well, some people strap steel to their spine to get things done. Gretchen is made of steel. Like, she's got hair in this length, but like in a very, very bright blonde or white. Dark eyes, always sits up the straightest. Wears a 2-piece combo in gray, but also there is something not quite uncanny, but Gretchen is Gretchen. Gretchen is very correct. Some people may say Gretchen has a stick up her ass. I would rather say Gretchen has a zero bullshit attitude. And I believe at some times when people had ideas, which would be like, great show, but ruin the circus financially, Gretchen would have been the person to put her foot down. Also, she's known for having, quite a lot of private time with other people.
So she's a social butterfly of some sort. Social night butterfly.
I mean, there is the thing that in German, the word for prostitute in Hamburg is Fillerfaller, which means butterfly. So yes, Gretchen is
wow.
the filler.
I did not know that. So wow, what a quinky dink that I went. Okay,
Gretchen is a very beautiful black butterfly of the night.
Okay, wonderful, but very stern and hard about numbers and budgeting.
And facts. Let's just say she's got a form for everything.
Okay, great. So, the two of you are going through the books. How much in ticket sales we had the previous nights. What things broke down and that needs fixing for the rest of the week, and also one particular thing that only the two of you really know. Like the rest of the crew does have an idea, but only the two of you know where this very powerful item is kept, because it is the very thing that makes the circus magical. It's the source of where it's the source where it blurs the line between science and magic, and there's only so much you can do with smoke screens and mirrors and smoke and mirrors and everything. But to truly go beyond that border into fantasy, this particular item is the magical blood of the circus. So only two of you know exactly where it's kept, because first, the ringleader, as a leader, must know and protect this item, and second of all, the accountant. I mean, without the magic of all of this, there's not really going to be a lot of money coming in if it's not the best show in the universe. So that comes up as you look down your list, and so the two of you get quiet, and you are talking, you're whispering right now about the wish book. So the wish book is kept in a secret compartment in the circus tent where the dresser is for the ringleader, just because it's a good enough spot to hide that. But it is definitely on lockdown, and the only key is with Gretchen. So Gretchen, you hold out the keys and show the ringleader Monique that, hey, it's safe. It is strapped to my harness. Nobody can get to it. It's all good. And you breathe a sigh of relief knowing that, okay, our show tonight is gonna be another success, because without it, things can go very wrong. Let's see, where are we on time? We're still good. So, is there anything you two discuss before we move?
Monique. I know that
Yes,
Maggie
Gretchen.
is a real bright person. But her last idea of using dye in the water balloons almost cost us a fortune because people started suing us. Is there anything else in that direction I should know?
Well, I took care of that idea. We are no longer throwing dye. We're throwing dye with some glitter in it now. And like she made the zip last part.
As long as it is washable, I will be fine with it. I don't want to see any unwashable dye. I don't want to see any allergic reaction. I don't want to see nothing that could be a problem for us. I know your job is already hard enough. I don't want to put this burden on you. But you are the ringleader, yes?
Burden? Come on, Gretchen. Without you, this circle would fall apart. I wouldn't know one equation on that chart. So I
Yes, I know.
completely get where you're coming from. We didn't have time to test how what the dye of the glitter is, but you've evaded your fair share of lawsuits and, people suing us in the past. I know you have it in you.
So we just take some out of the fund for suing. Yeah, we can do this. You know why I have a
I
trust
knew
fund
you
for
could.
this, yes? Wonderful.
And speaking of trust funds, I see that your personal kitty has very recently been dipped into. The perfume is still lingering in this room, if I may add, Gretchen.
Well, I had a really nice discussion.
Discussion about
know-
numbers.
1 plus 1 equals 2.
I don't believe you stopped at 2, but I'm going to let you have it.
No. No, we did not stop at 2. I believe we stopped at...
That's fine. I'm good. And then you can see Monique like questioning why she prompted this topic in the first place.
If you do not want to hear the answer, why are you asking?
Yes, I always come to you for answers, but this one might just be your number to carry.
I carry all the numbers.
Okay,
Okay.
beautiful. And at that moment, you hear a knock on your door, Gretchen. It's somebody that you are familiar with in an intimate way. Knock knock.
Rein. Who is there?
Hi, it's Noodle. I came for some consultation for my taxes.
Noodle. My dear sweetheart. How
And
great to see you.
and Noodle is the circus's contortionist. So Noodle is their stage name, and you know, they them they are this tall like pinkish almost like translucent kind of like skin, like light pink, as if like it's a crystal, and is wearing like a bodysuit with a bit of ruffles around like a tutu skirt and ballet slippers, and and has the hair up in a ponytail, darker pink color hair in a ponytail. Well, in a bun. Let's go with the bun. And has some nice bazongas, obviously. And has a little book in their hand. Says, yeah, so this is my expenses and stuff I've done throughout the year, if you have a moment.
Right now I'm talking to the ringleader, Noodle. But trust me, later I will take a look and I will know exactly how much you owe.
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice. Hi, Monique, how are you?
I'm good, Noodle. All set for today?
Yes, I think I've got my stretches out of the way, and you can see Noodle raise their leg against the door frame, like into like all the way up there, and lean into it into like a standing split. Like, you know, just yeah, I think I'm ready.
Awesome. Well, you know the feedback you've been getting for the last few shows, right? You're going into the box too quickly. Savor the time. Take time with your movements. Breathe as you contort and move each part of your body. We don't want to reach the finish line. We want people to walk with us.
I guess I'm not
Monique,
really.
you say such pretty things from time to time. Why don't you listen to him, Noodle?
Well, it comes.
I guess I don't like delayed gratification, but I guess I can do one better for the audience.
But if you can do one better for me.
Maybe. If you give me a discount.
Sweetheart, I always count the numbers.
And so as it's like weirdly there's some sexual tension in the air, but Noodle decides
Already, I didn't notice.
Noodle looks around and says, "Well, it doesn't look like this is gonna end anytime soon." So walks away. Just like decides to cartwheel out of the way. Their limbs just beautifully rotating into as they leave, because they're always performing. Traveling around out in the carnival, they are always doing flips and somersaults and twirls and dancing about, because performance and admiration is everything to Noodle.
As Noodle is walking away, I turn to Gretchen and I say, that one needs an off button sometimes.
Well, I do have a detailed list of what this one needs, but I believe you might be right.
Gretchen, I don't think you off people as much as you turn them on.
Oh.
And Gretchen just turns and clocks you. Are you sure you know what you are saying? Would you like to know for
sorry.
yourself?
You do the books. No, you do the books and I trust you with it. I don't question the
Wonderful.
numbers one way or another.
Have I ever lost a penny?
No, you've actually found a few random ones, but as long as you did, I have no problem with it.
Then we are wonderfully in the clear, yes?
Absolutely. And I trust that, I mean, I know you showed me the key already, but you do know how important it is that that's secure, right?
I don't know what we are talking about. And what I don't know, I cannot move.
And make through like the one eye that is visible through her mask, give like a wink to Gretchen, like,
Wait, how do you show a wink when one eye is only showing?
I guess it's a blink then.
Cause it's like, like maybe.
Oh, I didn't think that
Maybe-
through. I thought it would be cinematic, but
No.
no.
A wink maybe is a lot more of a squint, like more pressure, so you
Yes.
know you're doing that.
Yeah, like a very animated kind
Exactly, with the mouth and the the squish, instead of just like,
Almost a
You
real life
know.
emoji.
yeah. Sorry, I just had to know.
Those are the important questions in life.
Oh, Jesus.
Absolutely.
My one-eyed cat squints and winks at me all the time. So
Oh.
See, that's what I was drawing inspiration from.
Okay, great. And yeah, so this everybody is in their respective locations. After the wonderful conversation between Monique and Gretchen, Monique goes back to surveilling the area and making sure, the Bravio, the strong man is okay to shoot out of a cannon tonight and doesn't need any chiropractor sessions. Noodle is obviously noodling about, and you come across the flying twins, who are the ones that do flips and tight ropes and swings in the air. The twins are their names are Mace and Chase, and they are little smaller, like 5 feet tall, and they're always just with so much energy and always ready to have the most fun out of everyone, and always getting up to little mischief. And you see Maggie and Willow practicing their routine, and Maggie dropping things and while trying to keep the props in line, and Willow, really focused, razor sharp focus, but still oddly maybe aware of that somebody is watching Willow. Yes, there are people around. There are families, other staff members, and animals are around, but can't get rid of that chill in the back of their neck. That's with the. Do you have hair there? Is it a hair thing, or
Sure,
is it like
yeah.
a
There's like
scale? Yeah.
eyes staring into the back of my neck.
Yeah. So your hairs are being raised, and you're just like, well, this is gonna be quite the night. Before the next night begins, are we good? I think we should take a break. What do y'all say?
Sure.
Take a
Yeah.
10 to 15.
Yeah.
Steve?
Hello, welcome back.
Hello, welcome back. We were on a break, but now we're right back into it with Thirsty Sword Lesbians, the Rainbow Scarab Circus edition of. Not edition, but you get what I mean. We have our crew here of amazing performers in the Rainbow Scarab Circus. We got to get familiar with our cast and characters. We have Gretchen the accountant, we have Saffron the fortune teller, we have Willow the magician, and we have Monique the ringleader. So as the day proceeds for the third night, for the third performance night, the carnival is getting more lively. There are less family or children around, and more adults and audience members, because it's still a weekday. Kids gotta get to sleep early to go to school the next day. There's only a few of them out there, and Saffron is getting a lot more customers coming through the the fortune telling station. And Saffron, let's say we go to your side of things before the main event begins, because it's in the evening now, and you have a line of maybe 5 people out there plus 1 person in front of you, and you have somebody who is looking very, very like sad, let's say. This person is just seems like they've been through some tough times, and she is, her hair's not washed. She's wearing some clothes that are probably like 5 days old, haven't been through the wash either, and she's just a hot mess. And so this person's in front of you, and she's just saying like, I would like to know if there is any future where I am happy.
Oh, that's a big ask, but let's see. Can I use? I'm gonna be the first one to roll. Can I use commune with the unseen?
Uh-huh.
And try to figure something out?
Yeah, definitely roll for it.
Okay, so learn something important, I think, will be really good. Or like, there's also a thing about like ask a question from figure this person out.
Yeah,
That could work. That is a 7. So I get
2
to
questions.
choose 2 questions.
Did you roll with wit?
With commune with the unseen, because I am playing the Spooky Witch playbook, I get to play with spirit. So actually, that is 8.
Oh, good.
So,
Okay, so yeah, so it's still the same thing. You ask 2 questions, and they
Yeah.
may ask one of you.
did you lose somebody recently?
Yeah. Yes, I did. It was my grandmother.
She was very important to you. She and her eyes kind of go like this, like pale purple. She raised you, right?
Yeah, she was my only parent. I lost my parents when I was just about 2 years old, and she took care of me since.
She's always with you, you know? Everyone we lose is always with us in our heart, in our mind, in our memories. Just because you lose somebody you love doesn't mean you won't find love again. Losing a parent's hard. It's okay. And she kind of moves her hand around the crystal ball, and an image of her grandmother appears. Just take solace in that she knows and that you love her so much.
And you see this person like get teary-eyed and reach over and fondly touch the crystal ball too, like just a light tap.
Just don't tap. It's like a fishbowl in a way. That they don't like you tapping.
Sorry, I just haven't seen her in a while, and it was nice. And so this person
Saffron
will
reaches
use-
over and like tucks a piece of like greasy hair behind her ear.
Thank you. And then she uses this, the one question that I get to ask you is, have you ever lost anyone?
I've lost everyone.
Everyone?
Everyone. The circus is my family, though. They've been here since they've been with me since I was a child. I lost everyone.
Wow.
But it's okay. I'm happy here. You'll find some place that's happy for you too.
Like
Everyone.
like a circus?
I wouldn't say join the circus unless you have some really great abilities, and we're always looking for people. But I will say the circus life is not for everyone. Do you have like a special act that you do?
I can put my leg above my head.
We do have a contortionist. Having another one is always fun. You can always have like a paired thing.
No, but that's all I can do. I can't do any other movements like that past the point.
You know, I think you should talk to our accountant. She's a really great person to talk to about your future and setting you up for success. So her name is Gretchen. And I think you two will hit it off splendidly.
Yeah, maybe I can become an accountant too.
Yeah, she can guide you perfectly. She has magical hands to guide you wherever you want to go.
Okay, can I get the business card?
Yeah, and she kind of like does like a little flourish and like it like appears. It's one of like the boring rooms in the circus. It's down the way and across there, and you'll see it. It'll say accountant above the door.
So this person leaves, shoulders a little more upright. Maybe this is the direction they should proceed with. Maybe, and it was nice to have that hibiscus tea and sort of relax and be honest for once and see her grandma, and after after all, the grieving so far.
Saffron kind of like wipes away the image. Grandmas are so easy to remake.
And then you have we're gonna bring in one more customer for you because I'm enjoying this. Next one you have somebody who is looking just like not really excited. Like pays the fee and plumps down. Has a baseball cap on and muscular. Has a shirt on that says make Gold Peak great again. And sitting down like okay. Show me what you got. My name's Chad.
Right. Hi, Chad. My name is Saffron. Well,
Is that your real name or is that your performer name?
it's my real name.
Okay,
Is Chad your
okay.
real name?
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
Then why wouldn't my name be Saffron?
I don't know, because you're here being like some creepy medium. You're in the circus.
With that, she kind of waves her hands and it gets completely dark. And then it's just the glow of the crystal ball. And she leans forward. I don't think you want to know your future. I don't think you want to know it at all.
I don't really care. I don't believe in this stuff. I just, thought I'd check it out.
She wipes her hand across the thing, across the crystal ball, and a bone sword just shows up. And it's just kind of hanging over a body that looks sort of like his.
Is that me?
It could be. It could definitely be you. I see that you are quite the person who likes to run their mouth. You like to put your foot in your mouth, right?
No, but I do like to put other women's feet in my mouth, if you know what I'm saying.
You're disgusting.
Don't kink shame me.
Oh, I'm not kink shaming you, darling. I'm just saying that you are disgusting as an individual, down to the molecular level.
Well, you're not so hot yourself, okay?
I would leave now if I were you.
Yeah,
And the lights come back on. That will be $10, please.
I already paid.
That will be $10 more for my inconvenience.
Whatever. Money's nothing anyway. I got plenty. Throws it on the table and gets up.
Oh, I would make sure to keep your finances in check. I see a lot of financial issues happening to you soon.
Well, I see a lot of
goodbye.
Whatever. Walks away, gets out of there. Like, that chick is weird. Stomps away. Oh man. Oh, sorry about all that sound, people. So in order to avoid all that bothering y'all, we're gonna skip to the night the time of the night when the show is starting, and we're gonna see our ringleader, our amazing ringleader, go about their last minute stuff before the show begins, and they are performing. So, Monique, please take it away while I try to be on mute for a bit.
So Monique right now is in her dresser, and she's just, looking in the mirror, doing final adjustments, adjusting her brooch, making sure the mask is aligned. She practices a wink also, like kind of a thing. And then in one corner, there's like a pile of letters, And Monique just walks over and she just starts browsing through some of these letters. They are very colorful. They have like glitter and like stickers all over them. Uh, it's clearly like fan art for the like fan mail for the circus. A lot of it is addressed to Monique. A lot of it is, our ringleader and all of that. So she's just going through. All of these are like new letters. She opens a few and she's, feeling good reading this. And then she comes across one letter that doesn't look particularly cheerful, but Monique doesn't judge. She still opens it. And there's no return address on the letter. It just has two lines on it. And reading those lines, like it sort of shakes Monique up. It just says, "Drop the act. I know who you are." And as Monique reads this, you can see the facade of the ringleader just like fall for just a moment, right? She feels so small all of a sudden. She feels so underconfident. She feels very, she feels like an imposter altogether. And then immediately like brushes it off. She puts that one letter in her coat pocket. All the other letters are still there. So it's her very destructive act of keeping that hate with her instead of letting it go. And she, in that not the best frame of mind, she chooses to go on with her ritual, and she just tries to take a deep breath and exit her room. And she starts walking. And as she's walking towards the entrance of the stage, she starts to regain her composure, doing the quotidian mundane things of the circus, right? Setting things up right before she's going, checking in, doing like a thumbs up and a high five there, giving a few words of encouragement. But it is taking a lot on her right now to keep it together. And with that, right when she is, about to enter, she's backstage, she gets a glimpse of the audience, and that calms her down. That makes her feel like, okay, this is what I'm meant to do. This is my act. I am the ringleader. And she does like these mental affirmations and she feels prepared to go on.
That's beautiful. And yeah, so as the 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 lighting crew, oh gosh, there's so much banging in here. The lighting crew, you give the heads up, and then so it dims down. There's a spotlight, and it's ready for you to enter and follow you as you go into the main stage area. And there's obviously the music in the background, the fanfare music. There's a drum roll, like like about to say welcome. You have this announcer guy saying welcome, viewers, families, and friends. Prepare yourself for what you are about to see because it is going to blow your socks off. Please welcome our amazing ringleader, Monique. And the crowd like cheers, and you step out, and exactly, and yeah. So, what do you bring to the crowd, Monique?
So Monique enters with like, a spring in her step, and as soon as the spotlight hits her, she just feels at ease. And then she starts twirling and she enters, takes center stage, and gives the audience, time to admire her. She almost like basks in like all the applause, and you can feel it boosting her. And then she starts off with just like, "How's everyone doing tonight in Galactica? Ooh!" And yeah, so she just does.
And she has her cane/sword, right?
She has her cane, so she just goes like, "And can I hear from that side of Galactica? How about that side? Woo!" She just
Can we say that when you point your cane, like there's like sparks flying out of it, like
absolutely. There's
those
like spark, and the music, it gets localized to that area, so it like amplifies their, cheers even more.
Amazing. And so you say, "Are you ready for the show?" And the crowd is like, "Yeah, I can hear you." No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, they say, "Yeah." And
Then-
yeah,
That's
so
all
the
we can
show-
say before we get a copyright strike.
yeah. So it begins, and you have a bunch of clowns enter the vicinity on their unicycles, one riding on top of the other, on their and then another one riding it with their hands and their legs up in the air instead, and they're doing all their gimmicks about throwing each other, and bananas on the floor and all of that silly clown stuff. And you know that as the clowns are around, our wonderful magician it's time for the magician to show up and do their act. Willow, what can we expect for your magic show?
So, Willow braces themselves. They've been nervous this entire day. They feel like there's something going on. But it's showtime. Everything else takes second place, and their main priority is putting on a show. They step into the spotlight, the crowd goes wild, everyone's cheering, and the spotlight hits them. They introduce their wonderful assistant, and they begin putting on one glamorous show. At one point, they saw Maggie in half, and then they push the two halves apart very wide. It's a very impressive feat. They don't know how it's done. It's a classic but golden trick. At some point, they have one of the audience members draw a card, and then they pull it out from a very unexpected place out of another audience member's ear, and everyone gasps and is shocked. And as soon as the show is going on, Maggie is expecting the next move, the next trick. But this time, Willow turns to the audience and says, "We're gonna do something."
I
I
think,
think
you
the sound went out when you said we're gonna do something.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So they said, we're gonna do something a bit different this time, and we're gonna give you a little treat, Galactica. We're doing something different this time. And so I will play a move, Destiny, which will play to the heroic aspect, heir to a mystic power.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So, this whole time, Willow has been doing, just magic tricks that are very basic, kind of like, run of the mill, but really not flexing their magical powers and the prowess that they have. Their specialty is in floromancy and mysomancy. And so, with a flick of their wrist, flowers begin to bloom under the audience and flourishes. Crawling vines start climbing on the sides of the tent, and little mushrooms just growing on the bleachers between the audience, and it's becoming a beautiful green fauna. And then the flowers, they center and they reach Willow, and they climb onto their dress, onto their outfits, and they're just covered in flowers and leaves and vines.
That's
Just
beautiful.
said nothing. And
And that's
Gretchen is
the-
sitting. Sorry, after you.
Yeah, sorry. And that's the finale for their performance.
Can I also add a little flavor to when you split your assistant in half?
Mm-hmm.
You the the liquid that gushes out is pink and glittery when when the assistant is split in half,
Yes.
because that was part of the act.
Look at
And
Gretchen's
for
reaction.
one
She's just like,
final-
oh, they glittered.
And for
That's
the
gonna
final
cost
trick,
us.
Willow stretches out both their arms,
Thank you.
and a beautiful scent emerges from all the flowers, covering the tent in a beautiful, natural scent. And it's not overpowering, it's just beautiful enough to give you that nostalgic feeling, that hit of like a floral shop. And the end.
That's beautiful. And we're gonna make sure that the scent isn't full of pollen or anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, we're
like
not
it's
getting
almost
sued
like
here.
a mirage.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I knew. Yeah.
It's wonderful. I love it. Gretchen will be sitting in the audience like this.
I hope
Thank
nobody's
God.
allergic to poison ivy.
And I just closed my mouth.
Wow, that's beautiful. What a beautiful, beautiful act. And so in that and so throughout the after that amazing intro, like first major act to the night, we proceed throughout the next hour or under an hour with different performances and stunts. We have Bravio, the muscled one who is shooting out of two cannons, so like one and then goes into another cannon and then boom and then goes into another cannon, and then so there's four cannons on either side, and they're just like bouncing around without they have a helmet on, but it's very dangerous, but they are able to do it. And Bravio is just known for being very muscly and in a very unitard or something, I don't know what they call it, very gold and red and fiery, because that's his whole thing, that's his shtick. And yeah, so the crowd is like, wow, whoa, like the ones that really like booms and big fires and all of that, they enjoy it. And then the final one, there's like a mega cannon that shows up in the center of the stage, and he gets in, and the crowd gets wild. They're like, and they get no first they get very quiet. They're like, oh my god, it's gonna happen. And there's a drum set going, a drum roll going, and then boom, he shoots out, and he goes out of the tent. A hole rips, and he's just out of there, and nobody really knows what the heck happens. But don't worry, it's all part of the show. You get a projection on the blank part of the tent that he lands in a field out there somewhere with the target drawn on the ground, and he lands on his feet, and he does this, and the crowd is like, wow. So that's Bravio's show. And this is all possible because we have the magical item that powers the circus, because if not, Bravio would have landed splat, and definitely limbs would have been broken. And then next one we have the flying twins, who are up on their tight ropes, swinging, flipping, and catching each other at the last second. The crowd is gasping. There's not even there's a net on the bottom to catch them if needed, but they rarely ever need it. And so they do their flips and tricks in the many feet into the air, and obviously the stage lights are following them. And so that's their little number that they do. And then we have the more so we have Noodle. So now, as there's been so much energy, so much big movements and big sounds, we now come down to a more quiet and more delicate part of the night, where it's a solo performance of a beautiful a ballet dance of sort, and you have Noodle announced out. Our ringleader says, behold our beautiful enchantress Noodle. And Noodle comes out and does a beautiful little delicate ballet dance. There's like, when you think of it's a little bit like the Sugar Plum Fairy situation, like like that's what you're gonna get from it. And at some point, because she has it's not so much that she can fly. I'm sorry, not she, because I said Noodle was Zayzam, and it's not that Zay can fly. It's just that there's magic in the circus. So at some points they do lift up into the middle of the air, and then they start contorting their body into first into like a ball, and then next into like where their back of their feet touches their head, and then they spin, and it's like watching ice figure skating in air. And the ways the light hits their body, as you know, it's a bit crystallized, so there's shooting out strands of light, and it's like watching a disco ball, but as a person who's doing all kinds of awe-inspiring, intimate movements. So that's the moment in the show where you just kind of get lost in one fixation of a performance. And yeah, so now we, as the ringleader says, into the final last bit of the show where everybody kind of comes out. No, not everybody. Now it's the part of the night where everybody's been also really holding on to see is the animal attraction section. And so, ringleader, please. Tell us what comes about for the animals part of the night, the last act.
Certainly. So Monique walks on, like gives a huge round of applause, and also like regards Noodle, and because Monique feels very happy that Noodle took her advice of just taking it slow and taking her time with it. So she gives Noodle like a slight nod of approval. And as Noodle walks off, Monique goes back to the audience and she says, well, we've seen some lovely performances by some lovely people, but I think it's time to take it back to the basics. That's right. Everyone here came from an animal, and we all end up as animal food mostly. So why not embrace that? Now, see, the thing is, you can see a well-trained animal anywhere. What do we add to that? Well, for starters, we don't train our animals. We kind of just let them vibe and do their thing. And that's why we don't just have a lion that jumps through hoops. We have our saber-toothed lion, Paolo, who jumps through a hoop, but then also sits at a table and records a new episode of his podcast. We don't just have Teddy the bear on a unicycle. While Teddy the bear is on the unicycle, they throw axes with such precision that they always hit their marks. And we don't just have an octopus that kind of sort of sometimes chooses the right thing that's going to happen. Our octopus, Tentalia, actually can read exactly what's going on in your mind. And I know you don't take my word for it, so let me just show it to you. Can we have one person here who would like for their deepest, darkest secrets out for the whole world to see? Come on, a brave heart. Oh, yeah, that one. No, not of you. That one. You. Come here. And I'm pointing very aggressively towards Gretchen.
What? Are you talking to me? Oh no, I would never expect this to happen.
Well, you raised your hand to volunteer, so let's go.
I guess I did. Well, I truly hope it's not my deepest and darkest desire you want to see. And Gretchen gets up, obviously on heels. It's like amazing how you can still hear the click clack of the heels through the sawdust of the circus, but you can hear it. And Gretchen comes up front, takes a bow. So,
welcome, ma'am. What is your name?
My name is Gretchen.
Well, Gretchen, this is Tentalia. Say hi to Tentalia.
Hi, Tentalia.
Tentalia waves with like a tentacle. I'm the octopus now.
Well, here's how this is going to work. Gretchen, our brave volunteer who very spontaneously has come on stage, let's start this simple. Gretchen, think of a number from 1 to 8. And keep it in your mind right now. You got your number?
Yes, I have my number.
Okay, Now, I want you to put as many fingers up behind you so that none of us can see your number. And at the same time, Tentalia will tell us what the number is. Tentalia! Drum roll.
Let me guess. Just for Gretchen to, it's the same number each night, isn't it?
Yes. Absolutely. But shh.
Yeah, it's the 4s every night.
And
So
Tentalia holds up.
Tentalia,
Gretchen, show us your number. Oh. Now, okay,
Oh my,
okay. We know
such an
that was
amazing octopus.
we know that was a little bit basic. So, how about
basic.
Gretchen, why don't you think of the prettiest shade and a very specific color of that shade in your mind and write down that shade on this placard. And Gretchen here, well, she's gonna try to emulate that color. You think you're up for it, Gretchen?
Yes.
I got it. I
Giving
got
me
it.
nothing to work with.
Actually, what was the color of noodle again? Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, Tentalia turns this shade.
Perfect.
Well, is that right then, Gretchen?
I've written down rosa. That is quite right.
Wow, that's beautiful. Our psychic octopus. Wow. So as this is going on, and the crowd is just like, "Oh wow!" And look, the Teddy is doing some axe throwing right into the target like it's nothing, while on a tiny unicycle, and like everybody's just so impressed with like the two different like animal acts going on in the center stage of the floor, and because it's something for everybody to kind of focus on. It doesn't have to be just one particular show at a time, because some people have ADHD and they don't want to just look at one thing. And then it's so as this is proceeding, you can see like our magician, is doing some like endless ribbon stuff, and like sparkles are in the air. You have the animals, you have Gretchen thinking of like cheetah patterns, and then like black leather somehow shows up in the imagery. We go
Don't
back.
know what's going on.
Yeah, and so as the show, the last bit of the show is progressing, what's the lion podcasting about? The Lions podcast is about herbivore versus carnivore. Are we all that really different? So that's the podcast.
That's the real question.
Can it
The
Are
line
we
is
all
can it be
that
called
different?
on the spectrum herbivores and carnivores?
Yeah. Yeah. On the meat spectrum of things. And that's and the state of his mane. Yeah, like how are we looking today? We don't know. And so we come away from this magical, beautiful scene of so much brightness and so much of wonder and amazement, and we head to Saffron's tent, where the last of the line is finishing up, because there aren't really most of the people are trying to go see the show now, and have most of them gone there, and the ones who don't have ticket is now Saffron does have somebody who's in mid telling of the fortune, as someone seated, and it's Saffron is, you are telling a fortune, like saying something very general, like, yes, I see love in your future, and like, but then something happens. Your crystal, which was showing a beautiful picture of two doves nesting together and having a little hatching of a baby egg. That becomes darkened by black ooze, and it covers them, and the entire crystal ball becomes just a dark orb. Your eyes light up, and you are forced to look up ahead. You're no longer looking at what's around you. You are starting to see visions as you touch the crystal ball with both your hands. Visions of chaos, of screaming, of families and loved ones being torn apart, and the color in a rainbow being sucked out and becoming just streaks of shades of grays. And some of them are very metaphorical, and some of them are bits of that you're actually seeing into the future. You see somebody who's in a hooded robe that's escaping with something that they've covered in their hand. That's something glowing and hard to hide, but they have managed to escape with it. So this is what you see. And the fairy lights in your tent are also blinking in and out, and a few of them, as the vision ends, a few of them pops and explodes, and the fuse goes out basically, and you are left sort of out of energy and of a feeling of imminent dread. So that's what you experience. What do you do as this poor customers just like piss their pants watching this?
I'm sorry. I have to go. Please leave.
Okay, yeah. Okay, bye. And then like they roll over, get on all fours, and starts like crawling out of the tent and like starts running away.
Oh no. Chariot, watch the tent. And she's going to like mess with her necklace and kind of take it out. And as soon as it's like off the chain, it like extends, and it sounds like creaking of like bones, and kind of it like a bit of hollowness shows up, like kind of blows through it. And it kind of sounds like wooden wind chimes, but it's not. And it's the bone sword that appeared in Chad's crystal vision. Okay, I got this. And she's going to get up and like run towards the big top and try to get the swords, mostly in case something happens, but like definitely to denote that when she gets to the big top, like there's something wrong.
Yeah. Okay, great. And before something happens in the main event show, so Willow, you also notice a particular like hooded figure in the crowd that is on their way out of the corner of the benches and stuff. Like they're on their way out to the exit point with you don't see their face, but you see somebody, like you don't really know who that is. You just notice, whoa, weird, like cloak, dark, shadow, like what? That doesn't look like our usual audience member. And nobody seems to notice them, not even the performers or anybody that they bump into. It's just almost like they see through them. But you definitely notice this individual leaving the tent. And as they leave, the moment they leave the tent, you hear an audience member scream to the height of their volume, and they notice that Teddy the bear has stopped throwing axes and has now started throwing axes at the crowd of people sitting around, and people are jumping out of way, screaming, freaking out because what is happening? This sweet old bear is now attacking with an axe into the crowd, throwing it like they're the targets. And then you see that Tentalia, after telling showing another thing, turns like blood red, and the color and the texture is like spiking, like spikes are poking out of their body, and has started like whipping their tentacles around as if like they're scared for their life, and attacking the crowd. Attacking in the midst of attacking, a tentacle hits Gretchen out of the way, and Gretchen falls back onto the side, quite a few feet away, because it's a pretty strong, large octopus. And you have the saber-toothed tiger Paolo, just well, just starts saying, "You know what? Fuck them frigging herbivores. All they do is eat grass," and then like eats the mic and just like, and then like roars and like runs out of the tent like on all fours, you know.
Wow.
So that's what's happening. What do y'all do? And we don't have Saffron at the tent just yet because this just happens.
Okay. Can I play Defy Disaster to try and stop the bear from throwing axes at the audience?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to do the same to stop the lion from eating anything else.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. I got a 4 and a 2. That's a 6.
Oh, a 6 isn't a pass there. I mean, you'll get to do a thing, but there will be a consequence, I believe. No, well, let me check. If it's a 6, it's they only say 7 and a 9. Or a success with sacrifice. What can I do with a 6 and under? I know I've seen it.
Maybe it just fails outright.
No,
So it's not. No, it's not a failure. You get to do what you want, but I'm going to give you a condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I summon vines that emerge from the ground and tie the bear down to the ground and kind of just keep them in place.
Okay. Great. So these vines aren't delicate and beautiful and freshly green like the ones that were shown in the performance. These are much stronger, thicker, hardened, darker green vines that sprout out of the ground in an almost forceful way and not in a gentle way. And they shoot out and go right for Teddy the bear, and starts, tangling around their legs and their front legs, their paws, and then almost around the mouth because they're roaring, so it's like kind of muzzles them and forces them flat onto the ground. And you can see that Teddy, who very well after many years at the circus, looks betrayed and also scared of you. And this definitely is the first time that they've ever looked at you like that, because you have been obviously really good friends and have played with them since they were a little cub. So you, as a condition, would get guilty. So because you had to enforce something on a dear friend that you never would have wanted to, and it's hard to obviously communicate that.
I would like to take that because I'm playing a chosen one, and I can take that condition instead of it being inflicted to another.
Oh, yeah, if you would like to do that, definitely. Although Gretchen did get whacked and fell back, but seeing that, Gretchen, you're going to take the condition of guilty?
Yeah. And Gretchen will get up, see all of this, and look at Willow and be like, "Don't worry, I will deal with this.
Thank you. I just want everyone to be okay.
It's fine. It's fine. We deal with it later. Also, do I still have the feeling that the lion is somewhat sentient?
The lion is still, yes, is still speaking, but is very enraged, and it's like road rage. They're just they're not trying to eat anybody, but they are definitely destroying the other carnival tents and areas for games and just scaring everybody.
So I rolled a 7 plus 1 if I'm doing the daring rescue with anything but heart. That would be an 8.
Okay, so
So-
you got an 8.
Yeah, I would like to defy a disaster. And is it about to befall someone else? Like the circus is also part of me, but actually, like Gretchen is trying to save the lion from himself because he's about to destroy his whole reputation as a podcaster.
He's gonna get cancelled. No.
He's gonna get canceled. No.
Also, this is a sentence I just said.
Yeah.
The lion's gonna get canceled. The liger is gonna get canceled.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, technically a liger, but yeah.
Ira's coming for him.
So,
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Let me have a look because I'm not quite proficient with the. Yeah, because she would try to defy disaster with cleverness or knowledge, or at this time with bookkeeping, and be like, "What's the name of the liger?"
It's Paolo.
Paolo.
Like Paul, Paolo.
Yeah, okay, Paolo. I know this is a very
Doesn't hear
stressful
you.
situation. She takes like
Arr.
You sometimes have very good opinions. Would you like to tell them to me sometime more? Because if you want to, and you want me to give you new equipment after you destroyed your old one, you have to be nice right now. Calm down. This is not the time for disaster.
And then Paolo takes the mic out of their pocket, and now it's holding in front of him. Like, well, you like my opinions?
Yes, this is why I give you a microphone, Paolo. This is why I take money out of the bank to buy you a microphone.
You did give me my very first podcasting microphone.
Yes, I know. And I also know that you need some new headphones now because you just chewed on your old ones. So, how about we both calm down and talk about this later?
What was your number that you got for your roll?
I had an 8.
An 8. Okay, so I will offer you a hard choice or success with a sacrifice. Okay? So you can get Paolo to totally like chill and go back to being, not so ragey. Unfortunately, you will lose your book of numbers and like expenses and stuff because when he was, kind of coming at you, he managed to grab the book and started going in their mouth going
And what is the other option?
So hard choice. Okay, so that was a success with a sacrifice, so that's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Or the hard choice, he won't listen to you, and you're gonna have to be a little more violent and not use something that's, talking them down.
Ooh.
I believe Gretchen would not give up her book of numbers. Nope. She will fight Gretchen, the accountant, will fight a lion over her book of numbers.
So, what does Gretchen's sword look like?
Gretchen doesn't have a sword.
Oh no! What's your weapon?
She fights with a
She has a
binder.
light She has a light opener.
So a giant binder kind of book to kind of block the attacks.
Yes, like a lot of Actually, I believe like she would actually mostly block and just like shove people until they're laying on the floor. Like, did you have enough already?
Okay. Okay. So but if you do that, I will have to add a condition, I think, because that's only fair. Because yes, the violence will give you success, but then also it's like, it's gonna kind of ruin the rapport.
Also, actually, it's against her. It's a low key against her devoted thingy. What's it called? Devotion. Yeah, the devoted have a devotion because one of she's trying to be the perfect lover in every way, and using force without consent is not part of that.
Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah. So then, what do you think would be a condition for you? What fits then?
I already have guilty.
Yeah.
So I believe it would be angry. I believe
Okay.
Gretchen would get furious because she's doing everything to do this the right way, and everything is falling apart.
Okay. Yeah. And you also notice that you no longer have your key on you, in the midst of this, because after that, you don't know when you lost it actually. But the key's gone. You know you had it when you were talking with the ringleader time in the day, but you just assumed it was with you after that, but it hasn't, you can't really recall at what point it would have disappeared. So that's something you noticed as well. So it adds to your anger for sure.
Oh no, this will not do. This will not do. Paolo, get yourself together.
Okay, I'm really sorry, and thank you for everything you do for me.
I do not want to be mean to you. Not unless you give me consent and tell me exactly what you want me to call you. I am very sorry. We will have to talk about this later.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah. I'm sorry too.
Okay.
So we had who was it? So we had Willow take care of the bear, right? We have Gretchen taking care of the liger, and now we have Octopus Tentalia, who's still inside of the main event tent, but like just screeching and like whacking everybody who comes near around with her tentacle, and just unable to calm down. But yeah, the tank is still around.
I'll try to take care of Tentalia. So, what Monique does when she sees all this is, of course, spring into action. So she holds up her cane, and there's like a hidden button. As soon as she presses it, it like sort of does a magical whoop when it transforms into her sword. The round sort of cane retracts, and it reveals this very sharp sword that has like an electric buzz to it of sorts almost. And it feels very much like an extension of Monique's arm. Um, Monique will she'll actually throw her sword to create like a gash in the tent so that people can exit not just from the small doors, but also from like the whole section that comes out. So she's giving people an escape, and she would like to sort of fight Tentalia by just taking Tentalia's tub and like trying to put it on top of her to like trap her inside the tub. Should I roll for that?
Yeah, so your plan is to first let everybody escape the tent quicker, and then get the octopus in the tank, did you say?
Inverted tank, so it can't escape.
Okay, like blocked, like with the lid on. Tent with the lid on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tent can have the lid on for sure. There's like a button you can press to close it. But okay, so while you roll for that, that's when we have Saffron coming through that big gash in the tent, going past, a bunch of screaming and worried and scared crowd rushing by, and yeah, so Saffron, you come into this scene and you knew that this is what was part of your vision. Something was definitely happening that is not normal and not part of the show, and there's definitely a lot of chaos. So back to Monique. Yes, roll please.
I rolled a 6 and I have a +1 on daring, so 7.
Oh, that's close. That's close. Okay, yeah. So 7, it's a success, but you'll get a hard choice or success with a sacrifice. So so you did the slash, and what are you're like, are you hurting the octopus? Like what are you planning to do?
I want to restrain it right now. Not. I don't go to attack it because it's all spiky and all. So I just sort of
Yeah.
take the big tub and I invert it over the octopus. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. It's a pretty big octopus, so like it's the size of like a minivan, I would say. It's like okay, maybe more like a Tesla, like a small Tesla. Like that's the, and give or take meters of the tentacles, but the head is more or less like the core body is like size of a Tesla. I'm so sorry I used that as an example. I couldn't think of any other vehicle.
It is a really random
Prius.
example, but yes.
Yeah, but yeah, imagine a Tesla with tentacles in proportion to that. So yeah, so maybe you're trying to like intimidate our Tentalia back into the tank with this, but so do you want a success or do you want the hard choice? A success would be, yes, Tentalia goes in, but you would sacrifice something. Or there's no success. No wait, hard choice or success with a sacrifice. No, I'm reading this wrong. The GM will offer you a hard choice or success with a sacrifice. So it's like you have a sacrifice regardless?
I guess,
Okay, yeah. So okay, we're gonna give you success for this, but we're gonna give you something to sacrifice too. So what do you think would be befitting of a sacrifice for Monique? Like, what's the relation between Tentalia and you, and what does that look like?
I think like Tentalia is someone who Monique connects with at a very like intellectual level. And like a lot of the other animals, she's comfortable with them, but she remembers just having like very good intellectual conversations with Tentalia. And like there's like a bond that they talk about like universe and the ocean and all of that. So I think as she's doing it, Monique just feels like she was just setting Tentalia up all this while to ultimately do this, and that she's just being very unreasonable, and that she hasn't given Tentalia a chance to explain why she's acting this way. So I guess the sacrifice is just really doubting herself and the confidence that she had in their relationship once.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so maybe insecure can be a condition you take then.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know it says here a sacrifice, but for me as a GM, I'd rather turn that into a condition because it's hard to put value to like what can be sacrificed really. Because I can't just take away your sword. I'm like, oh, we're gonna sacrifice your sword. Like, what? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add a condition, and we're gonna say that you're feeling insecure. So, yeah, that's you've so the relation between the two of you has definitely soured after this interaction because there's some force used, because everybody in the circus, animal, sentient or not, person, being, all types, they all have their own autonomy and right and fair to freedom and respect. So we want to be an equitable circus and not something that hurts the ones that don't speak or don't stand on the same spectrum of I don't know, the human condition or whatever you want to call it. And everybody's an alien, so really, whatever. All life forms are different. So that's just a little piece from me. Okay, so What do you do, Saffron, once you come into the scene and you see your ringleader having subdued the last of the chaotic situation? And you
I
see that
think-
the rest of the group is also starting to come back too. Like the rest of the party is approaching back into the main tent as well.
I think Saffron is kind of like making sure everybody gets out and then kind of rushes forward and like is kind of out of breath whenever she gets there because she doesn't run. She's very much like she's very whimsical and everything. So she kind of like, like prances places. So she gets to the middle of the tent with everyone and it's just like, is everyone okay? Did anybody
No.
get hurt? Okay. There's something wrong. I saw something and somebody with a book.
Monique,
Soon as Monique hears book, she just looks at Gretchen and goes, "The key."
do you
Where
want
is
to hear? Do you want to hear the worst news of the day?
Oh, Gretchen, I can't hear about the books anymore. Where's the key?
Do you see it on my harness?
Can we get an explanation of what's going on?
Oh God, this is all our fault. This is all my fault. Oh my God, I can't believe I let this happen.
Say it in the language of my people. Wir sind hart gefickt.
You know I don't speak your language.
We are royally fucked.
Oh. Great. Okay. Okay, so a book. Is it dealing with our finances?
No. I turn to Willow and I say, "Try your magic, Willow."
I'll consult with the plants and I'll see if I can sense anything.
Shadowy figure, hooded, couldn't see their face really, but like, yeah, they were holding a book. I wonder what happened here.
I think I saw them leave. I don't think anybody else noticed them. They were like a shadow moving between the crowds, and they just left very abruptly before everything went down.
Oh no.
Where did they leave to?
They just exited from the main exit of the tent. I didn't see where they went.
In all the crowds,
And
they're long
I
gone
just
by
saw
now.
them in my vision. I didn't see.
I knew somebody was watching us. I have a feeling. Like, I could just sense this entire
Do
time.
we know what they look like?
No.
I just saw them wearing a black hood. I didn't really catch their face.
Monique will
I mean,
take
we
out
can
her
try to-
note, and she'll be like, "I don't know what they look like, but I have a feeling that they have written this." And she just holds it out for everyone to see.
Isn't this just wonderful?
What did you act? What act?
This? The Scarab Circus? They want us to drop it? But why?
Let's see.
I am not mistaken. Drop the act is also a English expression for stop lying, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yes.
Let's see. Maybe I can do something like see where it came from.
Yeah.
And
If
yeah,
you can divine where the letter came from or who sent it, maybe we can figure out who did this to us.
yeah. Let's see. And then I guess I could use divination to do this.
Mhm.
And because I picked that as one of my playbook moves. So yeah, when you have time and safety to read the unseen truth of someone present, describe your divination process and what it makes up, and then
But
yeah.
they're not present right now, though, right?
I was trying to see if something was like left like oral wise on the letter or.
I think maybe my character. I can try something.
Mm.
I can do guidance from above. I
Mm.
can
Ooh.
petition a superior for guidance. They give you instructions or useful information.
Ooh.
XP or clear condition if you do as commanded. They gain a string on you if you do otherwise. Should we try that? Maybe?
Okay.
Alright.
So now you have to mark a condition, right?
No, if I don't do as they commanded.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see where this goes. I'm not familiar.
Alright. I got a 6 and a 1. That's a 7.
7.
Do you add anything to it?
I'm not seeing.
Okay.
Maybe I add. I don't. My spirit is 0 and my wit is 0. So those are
Okay.
two. I
Okay. No. What are you
Okay.
seeking?
Seeking. I consult with the plants, with the fauna, and I try to divine just a direction of where we can go, something we should do. So I crouch, I place my hands on the ground, and I close my eyes, and I just feel the earth shift and move, and I can sense the footsteps of everyone rushing about. But there maybe is a particular set of steps that is walking quietly and very calmly.
Yes. Very good. And so you hear a familiar pattern of steps. It takes a while to kind of pinpoint, where have I heard this before? It's almost like it's very light, almost feathery, and then there's also a sense of impeccable balance, almost like they're currently walking on their tippy toes, and it's not like a long gait. It's a regular like footstep of legs distance, and they are on their way right now to their dressing room. And you think about which direction that is, and it's in the direction of where some of the other performers stay for their dressing room area. So not like the ringleader's dressing room, not like the accountant spot, but the bit, a section of a bunch of different rooms.
General dressing room.
Yeah, exactly. So you hear that footstep go into that direction to one of the dressing rooms.
Okay. I look around and I tell everyone, I think I know where to go. I think they headed towards the dressing room. And I'm scared that it might be one of us, like one of our troop.
One of us.
And you notice, yeah, and it could be anybody because right now it's just the 4 of you. The rest of the crew and staff are not in the tent because they've all gone out to help the people, get to safety, bring some of the animals back, kind of close down the carnival for the night. So everybody's out and about, but there are a few people that, 1 or 2 that are, decided to go in for the night. And well, actually only one person has decided to go into the dressing room, because everybody else is busy trying to handle the chaos.
Should we go to the dressing room?
Of course.
Absolutely. On the way, can I also just take a look at the cabinet where we keep the book just to make sure whether it's actually gone or not? So I will sort of take Gretchen with me and be like, let's peel off for a second, Gretchen. We need to be sure about this.
We need to.
Yeah, so you go to the dressing room of Monique's dressing room where the cabinet is kept because the key is only on Gretchen, which is not anymore. So it has to be 2 people kind of accessing a space to get to the book. When when you open you can't open the cabinet because it's already been unlocked. It was left open, and when you peer inside, unfortunately, it is empty, and the book is not there.
Monique, what was this book? You have to tell everyone what's going on.
Not everyone.
This book was what gave the Scarab Circus its magic. I mean, you're all very talented, but there was always that extra glint, that extra push. And this is what that book gave us. Without it, we're not a magic circus, we're just a, well, kind of average circus.
Kind of average we are, yes?
Well, let's go get the book back. It's not just here's the thing. The book is going to help us. And, I mean, we might as well get it back. Obviously, the person who took it either doesn't want the circus to succeed or needs something, and maybe we can help them get what they need.
Then why didn't they just come to us and talk to us?
Well, Gretchen, you're kind of a lot.
Terrifying.
Of a what now?
Gretchen?
Yes, I'm of a what now? What
I
did
said
you
a
say?
lot.
Oh, I'm a lot. Is that so? Wonderful.
We mean this in the
Wonderful.
best way possible, but you can
Yes,
be
yes,
very
I know how you
intimidating.
mean it.
At this point, I would
To
like
the
to give
dressing
some emotional,
rooms!
I would like to give some emotional support to Gretchen because she's feeling
So this
angry
is
and
my
upset
fault
because
now, yes?
she lost
No.
the key after all.
Gretchen is still angry
But-
too. They have this
but I was-
condition.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say
Gretchen is feeling guilty and is angry. Give me one more. Come on, people. Break my fucking heart. It's the first fucking season.
Everybody
No,
play
I'm
along,
trying to
Gretchen.
emotionally support you.
Oh,
So you want to
Okay.
tell me that me, the person
So-
keeping all of this here together, is the one who is at fault when somebody
Ooh.
goes out? This is what you want me to say.
No.
Not when you kept your crystal ball uncovered and it burned down your tent because it's a prism. Not because, well, actually, Willow, you are very good at money, but still, not when your very, very kind assistant got me into a lawsuit that I still have nightmares about. And Monique, I love you, but still, this circus is a nightmare to uphold, and now I am at fault. Is this what you want me to say? Want to say to me?
No, you're not at fault. Also,
never
it was
said you're at
Chariot's
fault.
fault that the crystal ball caught everything on fire. But nonetheless, I think we should
Gretchen.
all just take a breather
Yes.
and go to the dressing rooms and to confront this person.
Monique, do you still want to roll for emotional support?
I think that'd be good. I think
Yeah.
if we can get
Thank
one
you.
condition down, it'll be helpful.
Yeah.
So as like as Willow and Saffron kind of lead the way out of that tent to go towards the dressing room, Monique and Gretchen, you're the pair behind, and just you're kind of walking silently together, also towards it, but a few feet behind.
Should have
So I
taken care of
say
the
to
key.
Gretchen, I tell Gretchen, listen, it doesn't matter that we don't have the key or the book anymore, but think of it this way. This is a grand scheme, and I don't know anyone better I don't know anyone who's better at simplifying complicated things than you, Gretchen. If there's anyone who can solve this, it's you. So I need you to put that stupid guilt away and come along with me. And with that, I've rolled a 5. Just-
A 5.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen?
Plus your
So,
heart or your spirit.
My heart is 0.
Oh no!
Spirit?
It's all pretend.
Oh no.
Spirit is -1.
Okay.
Episode 1. Gretchen, everything is fine. End of episode 1. Gretchen be like, emotional damage!
She's the dog
Okay.
with like the fire in the background meme.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're gonna it's not necessarily a failure, but there is going to be a narrative downbeat. So I'm going to add a bit of an extra, what's that word? Obstacle in the narration before you proceed to the dressing room. So yes, Gretchen, you can get rid of the guilty condition you took from Willow, but you still have your anger, and we'll see how this narrative downbeat kind of plays out in the next session when the group finds their way to the dressing room area. So thank you everyone for attending our first session of Thirsty Sword Lesbians. And hopefully you'll see us, you'll stop by again next Monday when we're back at the same time. We'll go around the table again for our players tonight of the Rainbow Scarab Circus. I have been your GM, Tenzin. You can find me on social at Tenzin Days, as in days of the week. I hope you've had fun, and if you want to know other things I'm part of, it's going to be on my card, link on my Twitter. And let's go around. Who did we end with last time? We ended with Laura. So Laura, you go next.
Hi everybody, I'm Laura, or the Bard with Many Names. I was playing Gretchen tonight. You can find me on Twitch, on Tumblr, and on Blue Sky as the Bard with Many Names. Maybe I'll go to Instagram again, but I'm not really good with social media. You can find me on my filmmaker's profile as Laura Verena Stein. The link is in the chat, so you don't have to remember all of that. And thank you for watching. It was wonderful having you.
Awesome. And then after it was Anas?
All right. Thank you everyone for watching. My name is Anas. You can find me on socials at Anas_Abdulhaq. I'm a comic book writer, and if you're interested, you can find all my comics in my card in the link in my bio. And yeah, I was playing the very anxious and obviously hiding something Willow, and I can't wait to play again next week.
And we have Party.
Hi everyone, I am Party. Hope you enjoyed my take on Monique, our ringleader tonight. She has some sticky situations cut out for her for next lesson, so do tune in and see what happens. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching.
And last but not least, Shelly.
Hi everyone. I'm Shelly Von Miller. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Shelly Von Miller. I've been playing Saffron, the spooky witch. And then tomorrow you can catch me on Mr. Mephisto's channel here on Twitch playing Vampire the Masquerade, where I play Ashley Dame, the Ventru Primogen of Chicago.
And so Steve, would you like to wrap it up for us?
Yes. Hello. Hi. Thank you all for being part of this game. I had a lot of fun watching, and I'm totally not full of FOMO the entire time. You're all fantastic. I can't wait to see what shenanigans happen next session. And the cliffhanger ending is always my favorite because it keeps people coming back for more. Pantsless Tables is doing a lot of fun stuff the next few weeks. We've got our finale of our big Bachelor but Vampire story on Friday. We're starting a new Apocalypse Keys campaign next Friday. And I'm doing a big charity event end of June. It's going to be a 48-hour TTRPG charity stream. That's going to be part 2 of our big thing. It's how I started doing this thing, and it feels like the best way to do it for Pride and everything. So invites will be open for that soon. If you want to run a game, if you want to be part of games during that event, I will be reaching out, but also keep an eye out as well. Thank you, Tenzin. Thank you, all the players. You're all fantastic. And
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. This was fun. And I'm gonna end now. And see you all next week. Bye.